doing dinner this Saturday. So
Okay, and we're live.
it lies.
Uh, Welcome to the frozen world of North Texas, period.
But in good news, in 2 days it'll be 75.
Yeah.
16 tonight, 75 in 2 days.
It's Texas. I do have something from the, I guess this falls into the attaboys and the what the hell were you thinking file
Uh-oh.
on the I95 cluster. A friend of mine happened to have gotten caught in that. And because he drives a, yeah, Jesse, that's why you live in Oklahoma and I live in Texas.
But we're in Texas, Jesse. Yeah. We're not ready for it to be noticeably colder than anywhere.
Yeah. So he drives a four-wheel drive, and he saw traffic come to a stop. He sat there about 10 minutes. Said he looked at it and went, "Yeah, okay, we got a problem here." So he jumps on the shoulder, runs about a mile up the shoulder, and drags two more cars with him. Turns out they were from Florida. So he gets off the exit, pulls into the first motel. They pull in behind him. He gets out, and the 8 degrees, yeah, you can have that, Dawn.
Nope.
And a couple behind him gets out, and he says, "Why'd you follow me?" And he said, the guy looked at him going, "You got Virginia plates. If you were pulling off, I figured you knew something I didn't." But I got to give kudos to the family that was giving out the oranges, first of all. And secondly, to the bread truck driver.
Bread truck. Well, it wasn't just the driver. The driver or somebody behind him called the number on the truck.
The car behind him.
Yeah, called the manager. Manager said, or the owner of the company said, "Hell, start." And they started passing out bread.
Yeah, they actually called the truck driver and said, "Get out and deliver bread." The guy went, "Okay." And he was in his boots and his jacket out delivering bread. So people at least had something to eat. 4 degrees is tad chilly. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, Alma's story was interesting. That one may show up in a much larger context, I think. Minus 51 in Alaska, yeah. Been there, done that, not doing that anymore. Yeah, it's cold. But Texas weather is odd, to put it mildly, because
Texas odd is kind of par for the course here.
Oh, waterbed, ouch.
What?
Waterbed and the power went out.
I didn't know waterbeds were a thing anymore.
Yeah.
People still have them.
Not much. Hush, koala. May the weather gods get you one day.
In other news, I am receiving questions regarding the Malta Anthology, including one from a friend. This will be the first ever fiction piece. She's published multiple nonfiction. She's a subject matter expert on some really, really interesting stuff. And I want to know if she could turn in a fiction piece. And hell yes.
Yeah.
And she asked what standard formatting was, because she had no idea what standard formatting was. I said, standard formatting is you send me a story, I'll format it and send it on to the editor.
We can make this work.
Oh, yeah. We will figure out a way.
Yeah. And Jana is bored.
Oh, I'm bored.
Wendell's getting a shirt.
I thought he was getting a tackle vest.
Well, shirt first. I get the body block, and then I'll do the vest.
Oh,
okay. So, yes, things are looking up.
I was sitting here researching a Law Dog's Guide to the History of Malta. I was planning on doing an introduction. The first story is one of my snarky historical breakdowns of the area. And as I'm doing this, I'm reading Jonathan background, and I hear this, "I just had a brain fart," and from Rita, and then John, "That's okay. I'm trying to block out a shirt for Manatee." It's like, I feel sorry for people who have normal lives.
Yeah, yeah, Cedar, you kind of got blindsided with that.
He sent that, Cedar. He sent that to me first. It's like, oh, Cedar gets it is doing another one whether she wants to or not.
Yeah, Jason, I think Tux is next on the agenda. I've got a feeling that Wendell is going to have all kinds of clothes before John gets through.
Wendell is going to have a wardrobe,
Yeah.
I think. Although, see a manatee and a tux might be a little.
Hawaiian shirt I can see.
Well, that's required. I'm laughing at Cedar.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent that story to me first, and I sent back that there needed to be a thread of hope, and he said that there was. So I'm gonna have to go back and read it when I'm not tweaking.
Yeah.
Man, Wendell doesn't need a wetsuit. It's built in.
Yeah.
It's built in.
Wendell Bond. Oh. Speaking of which, the real Wendell gets delivered hopefully this year at LibertyCon.
Delivered to what?
Larry,
Oh,
they're finally getting it back.
it's only been around the world how many times since then?
Yeah, 2 years. Been on the road a while.
World's most interesting manatee.
Yeah.
Yes, for a fact.
Wendell live what's yes.
Yep. Comes built in.
Yeah. Scars and all. Oh man. Yes, we have a mic. We have a problem, however. I sat down here after Tuesday for about an hour cussing all the entities I could think of and a few more thrown in. But the problem turns out to be that I need mics with inputs and outputs. And the webcam has input and no output. So to make mic in the background work, I've got to order another mic. So that's been done. It's not here yet. We'll probably be here sometime next week. So hopefully next week we'll have the peanut gallery mic'd up along with everybody else.
Beautiful sunny day here.
Yeah.
It's not. It's sunny, but not. It's cold. It's just really cold.
Yeah, this morning we went down to the American Legion to do our volunteer work. It was 22 frickin' degrees.
16. I'll let the dogs out do the business this morning.
Yeah.
Cedar, you realize I was going to quit after I completed my obligations. Welcome to my world.
Yeah, Cedar, you've started something and now you've got to finish it. Of course, it depends on how many people are involved, whether or not and when you get to finish it.
Which means I've got to write another one.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this will be hard.
Yeah. Or write a continuation.
Not on that one.
I could probably do a continuation on mine. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
RK. Your time's coming.
All right, Cedar, I'll turn in a for your PTSD part 2. I'll turn in a story. Just give me a bit.
Yeah, I'll get.
It's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be the last quarter of this year, I'm afraid.
Yeah, Doug. That's the problem. Is the peanut gallery is separated from us by about 30 feet?
It's not 30 feet.
Huh?
It's like 20. We're not that far away.
Yes, you are.
No, we're not.
I swear, this is 6 inches. Yeah.
That's what guys say.
There's a wall too. Y'all are the ones who clearly don't know measurements.
Yeah, I'm a woman who measures things for a living.
And I am not going down that rat hole. I am not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Complex PTSD. Holy. Okay. I have no idea what
All right,
complex
we got a while.
PTSD is. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
All right, we can deal with this. No problem.
Yeah, RK. My mother and grandmother were the same way. I don't think I've ever cleaned a house as much as I did when I was a kid. Not even in the military.
It wasn't the Dust Bowl PTSD that I had to deal with. It was the Great Depression PTSD.
Well, it all rolled into one.
Now, the folks that don't realize that, there was a famous fact book check. There was a meme that said that y'all are about to realize why your mother or your grandmother washed tinfoil and
Yeah.
reused it.
Kept the bread bags and the twist ties.
Yeah,
Yep.
kept the bread bags and twist ties. And Facebook fact opinionators said that that wasn't so. Yeah, horse feathers.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you for a fact, my mother saved, and my grandmothers on both sides saved aluminum foil. And
So-
damn near everything else. Cool Whip bowls.
Yes,
Oh my God.
yes,
God, how many
How
friggin',
cheese containers.
yes.
yeah.
Cool Whip containers. Yeah.
And did they take the little slivers of soap and make a new bar out of
Yep.
all of
Yeah.
them?
Yep.
Those were some ugly ass bars of soap,
Someone
but I still have one that my grandma made.
And jelly glasses.
Yep, yep.
should make a list of anthologies that are due dates. Somebody currently in this room.
Yeah. You volunteered.
Has a spreadsheet started.
Okay. That's good.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. November 2022, complex PTSD.
Procedure. Oh God.
Uh,
Why am I doing so many anthologies?
Because you go to lunch with us.
yeah. March, what for yours?
March 4 for the Ghosts of Malta.
Yeah.
Haunted Library is when?
Haunted Library is the end of April.
And the way that tells you on the supper table is selling. I'm guessing we're doing it number 3.
Probably. So we'll make that one November of 2022 also.
Oh, you're feeling optimistic.
I'm going to beat somebody into finishing a friggin' story this time. Yeah, RK, my mother and grandmother didn't have takeout containers. If you got a doggy bag, it was literally a bag.
That's what Cool Whip containers are for.
Yeah.
Coffee tins.
Yep.
Remember coffee tins?
Oh, yeah.
The old tin coffee tins?
Yep. I still have them, and they still have bacon grease and sausage grease in them.
I've got screws and nuts and bolts. And
Well, I've got 2 of them too.
that's like somebody printed it as a joke, but I don't think it was a joke. It was a picture of one of those blue cookie tins.
Yeah.
And open. And the caption was, "Hey, bro, somebody done put cookies in the sewing tin."
Oh God, yes, sewing stuff. That
Yep.
was something else.
In the blue Danish cookie tins.
Yeah. Or the Christmas tins. That's where ours were the Christmas tins.
Z-Dog, we save bacon fat not because of the Great Depression or Dust Bowl, but because it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah, margarine tubs, Cool Whip tubs. Yeah, it's the takeout container. Yeah, that's true, RK. Sadly, I lost my mother and dad a number of years ago. Baby food jars. Yeah.
Never had to deal with those.
Yeah. 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 Country Crock used to have good containers.
The old beige ones.
Yeah.
Boy, we are off on a weird
Yeah.
tangent this podcast.
But
It's cold. We're thinking about how we're going to.
the other thing that my mother did, which I still do, mother and grandmother both on both sides, was pins and needles stuck in a piece of cork.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah, it keeps them from rusting.
Yeah, and it keeps from poking myself with the suckers.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
But it protects the needle. So.
Rita found speaking of real butter, Rita found something a while ago back that was butter olive oil combination. And holy crap, that stuff's good. Whoo, that's good.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Never seen that one.
No, it's at United. It's olive oil and butter. And it's supposed to be less of the unhealthy stuff and more of the healthy stuff, but it tastes good.
Yeah, Cedar, that's a good point. With supply chain issues, yeah. And I stopped by the store this morning, and there in United, which is an upscale Albertsons, there's a lot of empty shelf space.
Oh yeah. The back when the pandemic first started, I walked into that United and I was shocked by the fact that the soup aisle was bare.
Yeah.
And it stayed bare through, oh Lord, months. And it slowly started getting soups back. And I walked in there after the first year, and the soup thing's bare again.
Yeah. Walmart was out of onions. Wow.
And some potatoes too.
Yeah.
The olive oil mayo is pretty good too. We've got a jar of that in the fridge. It's not bad. Of course, I like olive oil, so
Yeah.
there's that. Some folks don't, and they're weird and wrong, but that's life. Why is everybody giggling about that?
Nothing. No. We're just sitting here quietly doing our thing.
Oh, Jerry. Snowing in Bowling Green, no milk but skim. Ugh.
Oh, that's not milk. That's white sadness water.
I bet you can find lots of soy and almond milk on the shelf.
I don't think the amount of distaste in her expression came across the audio, but that was fairly spectacular.
Yeah, soy and almond milk. That's the go-to. Not.
Ew.
Joel, I think being sold out pretty much. The local Karens are freaking out about Omicron,
Yeah.
and they're back to the oh my God, we've got to mask, and nobody's masking except the panic stricken.
Yeah.
But they're back to buying out toilet paper and disinfecting wipes and soup
And paper towels,
and paper towels.
which makes no friggin' sense. Yeah, well, canola has more calories. Yeah. That you do, Dawn.
I'm going to find the udders on a soybean plant or almond plant. So
Yeah.
I'll pass on the soy milk.
Oh, okay. Can you imagine milking cows on a morning like this?
Oh no,
At
no.
least it'd be warm. Of course, they'd probably be jumping every time you went to grab
Guys,
one.
No, they'd be kicking at you.
As soon as you grab,
Yeah.
with your cold hands,
That cow gonna kick you.
Uh-huh.
ooh,
I
that's
remember.
south of here, Windthorst is dairy country,
Yeah.
and I'll bet there's some people got kicked this morning.
Yeah. I remember as a kid getting taught how to milk a cow and having to go milk Bessie in the morning. And she would wait until you'd had about 2/3 of a bucket of milk
Cook
and either kick it or put her foot in it.
or drag her tail through
Now drag her tail across the side of my face.
it.
Sadly, I can't drink milk anymore.
Well, I can. I go through half and half, and people, I'd put half and half in my coffee and my tea, and people ask me why. I don't think folks understand that in Europe and North Africa, what the Americans call half and half, they call milk.
Yeah.
When you get milk in Europe and North Africa, the Middle East, you get cow squeezins, and they don't skim anything off.
Yeah.
And that's closer to what Americans call half and half than what Americans call milk.
Yeah. Yeah. I also churn butter.
Mhm.
That's a lot of friggin' work.
No kidding.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good, but oh man, get a workout.
Although when I'm feeling really, really homesick, I punch a tin of evaporated milk for my tea and my coffee, because that's the taste of Africa.
Yeah.
Is evaporated milk in your tea or coffee.
I thought palm wine was the.
Palm wine is a taste of Africa. It's a bad taste, but it's a taste. It's
Yeah.
a taste for Africa.
Now, my problem with drinking white milk is the stuff that we got in Vietnam was reconstituted.
Oh yeah, powdered milk.
Oh.
We
Yeah.
got that in Africa too.
Oh,
Powdered milk, and it was reconstituted with coconut oil,
it's
Oh
nasty.
yeah.
and it was light green.
Ew.
Fancy that.
And to this day, I cannot drink that stuff. I
We
use
had-
it for cooking.
We've got a box of powdered milk in the larder for emergencies.
Yeah.
But I've had powdered milk through the water, and I don't
Nasty.
care. That's not milk.
No,
No.
nope. Although some of the World War II guys that I talked to, the Clem milk spelled backwards,
Mhm.
They actually got to the point they liked it.
That's because they're warped and twisted.
Yeah, well, there is that.
There was one of the ranch wives that I used to deal with up in the Panhandle. She would buy, oh Lord, she would buy a suburban load of groceries once a month. So she bought milk for the entire ranch once a month. And I was out on patrol and found her at the end of a several dozens of mile dirt road, swearing and kicking. Oh, she was hot. And turned out that all the bouncing and jolting going down the dirt road, all the milk she bought was starting to separate the butter. And
Oh,
she was hot.
yeah, the smell of Africa, downwind wastewater treatment plant. Yeah,
Actually, not so much. Now, there was some of that. West Africa, is incredibly fertile. And by fertile, I mean you step off the plain and jungle. There's a lot of life in jungle.
yeah,
Um,
not all of it friendly.
most of it isn't friendly. Uh, West Africa is a nice reminder that Mother Nature is red in tooth and claw and hates you personally. But there's a lot of stuff growing, and growing life has and it's not the sewage smell.
Yeah,
There's a smell of life, and oh my God, it thick and musty and right in the teeth.
yeah, Jerry, that was typical. A lot of them threw it up. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of smell of being downwind of the water treatment plant, Bowling Air Force Base, Washington, D.C.,
Okay,
is downwind of the water treatment plant about 90% of the time.
that's because it's a military base.
Yep.
In the Garden of Eden, the United States military, the DoD, will put their military base right next to the septic tank.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep. Camp Limiter. Perfect example of that.
Yes, but it's on the Horn of Africa, so
Yeah.
the whole place is a septic tank.
Yep. Evaporated milk blended with powdered milk and a bit of water. Yeah.
Evaporated milk makes up for a lot of sins, but like I said, I love it. If I'm feeling homesick, I'll put it in my tea and coffee. Evaporated milk has a certain, not condensed, two totally different things.
Yeah.
Evaporated milk is a very definite taste of Africa, because that's what everybody put in their tea and their coffee.
Yep, John, you're exactly right. Bowling Air Force between the sewage plant and St. Elizabeth's, the mental hospital. Yeah, that's a hell of a place to be stationed.
DOD, what can I tell you? Between a nut house and an outhouse.
Yeah, I don't know. McLean's pretty much.
That's what us finally trained law enforcement types call a clue.
Welcome to our world, dog. Broken body parts, we can
Ouch.
predict the weather much better than most people.
My hands and hips hurt like hell today.
Yeah. Actually, that's why John jumped off the interstate. He said his hips started bothering him. It's like, oh, this is not going to end anytime soon.
Condensed milk, I tend to like condensed milk in baking. If you're making a cake and it calls for milk, cut your sugar and add condensed milk. It's a hell of a difference.
That assumes you can bake.
Do what, babe?
Yeah, it's a ton of sugar.
Yeah, that's why you cut the sugar.
Oh, and as my youngest daughter learned the other night, speaking of baking, for the cookies, the butter in the cookies is supposed to be the unsalted version, not the salted version.
You sit on a throne of lies. See you later, baby.
Let the words flow.
Yeah.
New
Oh,
Orleans-
yeah, John, I know where Hullabird is.
What?
Home of Army CIC.
Yeah.
Yeah, RK was there too.
The Intel folks wind up in the weird places.
Yeah. Yeah, New England's Snowmageddon. Well, that'll be a name storm, and everybody will get the what am I trying to think of? They'll get all the emergency funds and everything else, and FEMA will show up.
Oh, the bread. Yeah, everybody was baking bread after Rita read her story on Tuesday. How'd y'all's bread come out?
The koala just said hers came out great.
Yeah, that's what kicked off everybody that was talking about bread.
Yeah, Don, broken ends don't knit right. That's why I've got an ankle that lets me know it on a routine basis.
Some of them do separately.
Yeah.
It just hurts.
RK, Celeste, I don't know what she did, but she said the cookies came out extremely soft. And then she looked at the butter she used, and it was the salted butter.
I'm willing to bet in my case when that happens, it's because I had a brain cramp and got a teaspoon of salt instead of baking soda.
Yeah.
And that's why
That's possible.
Yeah, that's why it was salty. So I put the wrong damn thing in there.
Yeah, well, Steph, that's
Cedar. You can bring up black bread loaves anytime you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem, Steph. We're in flyover country, so no, we're not going to get any help.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We're in flyover country, but we've got HEB and just Texans in general, and we'll be okay.
Ow, damn, girl. And the peanut gallery returned from. Yes, please, bring bread. So now we got to figure out what you're cooking. It'll go with black bread.
Everything goes with black bread.
Everything goes with black bread.
Everything. Trust me.
Like to be really clear about that.
All right. Obviously, I'm outnumbered here.
If what you're eating doesn't go with black bread, you're wrong.
Yeah. Yes, they do have kimbap. However,
up on the highway.
Huh?
Up on the highway.
Yeah.
Korean barbecue. We haven't been there. They just your butt's ringing. By the way.
Yeah, I know.
I might do cowboy stew again.
Yeah, that'll keep.
Well, we need black bread and cowboy stew. There you go.
Yep.
I just need to know how many folks we're gonna have. It doesn't matter. We can add more stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Yeah, there will be food. There will be food enough, or we'll add stuff and get it up to enough.
I'll do some. I'll probably do cowboy stew.
Yeah.
I was going to do chili, but I may have overdone the chili. I think everybody's kind of tired of chili.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing green chili stew, so
Yeah, no.
probably going to be cowboy stew.
Okay, that would be great.
Either that, or I can do.
It's my turn to cook.
Okay.
My turn to cook.
Stewed black bread with lots of butter. Yep.
Oh, one of my
B&M brown bread. That's a New England thing.
One of my wonderful Maltese memories is fatira right out of the oven, still steaming with honest to God butter on it. Going into a pastry shop, buying the bread and sitting on the curb outside and eating it with salt and butter.
That reminds me of Germany. We went up there on an R&R, and my Sensor One pup Lindley decided he wanted an ice cream sandwich in Germany.
Okay.
Okay.
So we went into Gelateria, and of course they didn't speak English. We didn't speak German. So he's ice cream sandwich.
Oh dear.
So the guy kind of cocks his head, looks at him, and hey, disappears, comes back, and does something in the back. Comes up, hands him a piece of bread with ice cream between the two
Ice
pieces of
cream
bread.
sandwich.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was ice cream sandwich. Pup's looking at it going, shut up, pay
Shut up,
for it,
eat
and eat it.
Eat it. You asked for it, you eat it. You asked for it, you eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in a squirrely mood today, folks.
Yeah.
Y'all may not have noticed, but today is a momentous day.
Yeah.
They should go down in history.
Yeah.
Today, in history, for the very first time, Schoolhouse Rock was on TV.
What?
Yes.
Today's the anniversary of the very first Schoolhouse
Oh,
Rock
yeah.
episode. He thought I was thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock, which these days would go down as subversive thinking.
Yeah.
However, more people learn civics from those 5-minute
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock things than were ever taught in most high schools.
Yeah, that's sadly true. Oh yeah. Hermit cookies, soft molasses, and raisin.
I'm only a bill.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing, yeah.
Get your adverbs here.
Adverbs.
Yeah. The
Shot heard around the world.
yeah, today's Freedom Day. Yeah, in more ways than one. The sad part, and I have no other way to say it than say the sad part, is Biden was off his friggin' reservation again this morning
What?
with the stuff that he said. Whoever his speechwriter was obviously hated Trump
Yeah.
because everything was Trump's fault, Trump's fault, Trump's fault. And then Harris, to top that off, compared January the 6th to, you'll love this, Pearl Harbor and 9/11. Yes. She said January the 6th last year was as bad as Pearl Harbor and 9/11.
I'm not going there because I'll just get irritated. I'll just go back to the fact that Schoolhouse Rock premiered on this day in history and taught a generation of kids grammar and civics and American history.
Yeah.
And should be noted for that. And probably they need to spend the entire day running the entire collection of Schoolhouse Rock videos on TV.
Yep, that would be well worth it. And yeah, okay, he's still in their brains.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Jason. Those that consider January 6th an insurrection consider November the 3rd a valid election.
Now, like I said, I'm not getting off on that because it's
Yeah.
futile. It'll get people wound up.
It's beautiful, all right.
Yeah, John, I did figure out the problem. The problem is that I can get the Yeti to work. However, when I get it to work, because it has in and outputs, the Logitech
C922.
C922 does not have outputs. So I've ordered another mic so I can mic the back room, and we'll plug the Yeti in up here and use it. So we'll have real quality audio.
What kind of black bread is your favorite, Ian?
It's black and it's bread.
Those words are English,
Yeah.
but they don't. I like bread.
Yeah.
I like bread.
Yep. That's another interesting point, John. Marriage anniversary of George Washington and Martha Custis. Founding of our country, literally.
What kind of black bread is my favorite? The ones that are black and bread. We'll get some actual decent butter, black bread, and stew, and just
Russian, Jewish, or German. That's your choices.
yes. I'm not understanding the question here.
I think the Jewish is going to be more rye than.
It's
Is it the Jewish that's more rye or the German that's more rye?
oh look,
I
bread.
don't remember. Yeah. Just give me
It's
the
bread.
butter to go with it.
I think the answer is bread, yes.
Bread,
Which
yes.
is why I'm not losing any weight, even though I need to.
I'm lifting weights and trying to put on weight because on a high strength training regimen, you should be putting on weight. And Carmen and Rip are about to tear me a new one if I don't start putting on weight. So
Don, it's not our fault you have pizza dough and one crisp rolls.
biscuit.
Yeah.
Those of you who don't know, Womp biscuits are a southern thing.
Yeah.
I believe they have all over the United States. They come in a tube.
Yeah.
And you unwrap a spiral bit of a wrapper, and then you tap it. Well, sometimes you don't even have to do that. It goes whomp, and biscuit pops up. That's a Womp biscuit.
And to this day, my youngest daughter is scared to death of those things.
Womp biscuits?
Yeah.
Why would you be scared of walt biscuits?
When I walk up behind her, she
Oh.
wasn't expecting to walk right in her ear. Oh,
Eat
shut
more
up,
meat.
koala.
Well, the issue is that I'm Monozympic injectables to take due to stress, diabetes with me. So I've been moved to Ozempic injectables. And Ozempic injectables makes it extremely hard to eat. It's really great at controlling my blood sugar, but hell on wheels for my appetite.
Yeah, Jason, those things are good. We quit serving them because it was to the point that we were buying 2 plates of those.
What the hell is a Sister Schubert dinner roll?
Those were those yeast rolls that everybody devoured. And where's the rest of them?
Oh.
And I was up to buying 2 of those things a night to feed you guys. It was like, I can't afford this.
We use swamp biscuits. I use them for dumplings when I'm making chicken and dumpling soup.
Yeah.
Or chicken and dumplings. I like using walt biscuits. Take your walt biscuit, cut it into quarters, throw it in the boiling broth, and give it a little while, and you have dumplings. My little sweetheart believes that dumplings ends and begins with Bisquick. Full stop.
As it
period.
should.
And I don't have patience for Bisquick dumplings. So when she's not looking, I'll get out a can of walt biscuits and very quietly pop them and then start throwing, before she can say anything, I'll throw them in the chicken dumplings. Are these biscuits? No, dear, they're dumplings.
Yeah, John, that is a funny story and apparently a true one. Happened somewhere, I think,
Yeah.
out in Arizona.
And actually, it's real old because if I remember correctly, I heard the 911 call in the police academy in '93.
Yeah.
They as part of our 8 hours, this is what you're getting into, you poor dumb bastards.
Yeah.
They played us a selection of 911 calls, and if I remember right, that was a long time ago. I believe that was one of them.
Yeah, monkey bread. Yeah, from canned biscuits. Yep.
Frozen biscuits, I can see the point. It's just swamp biscuits are easier.
Yeah. Well, the frozen biscuits are damn near as easy. It depends on what you want to spend. Yeah. The thing with the frozen biscuits is you get more numbers.
Well, also, there at one time, somebody was carrying bags of not Cheddar Bay cheddar biscuits from Red Lobster.
Yeah.
These were definitely not the Lead Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. They were the Lead Lobster Cheddar Bay biscuits. For copyright purposes, they weren't. And I used to keep a bag of those because I love those biscuits.
Yeah.
I can eat my weight in those biscuits.
Yeah. Yeah, Dawn, that's one thing. Jean, for some reason, has never cooked biscuits right. And she's always complained to me about that. That, I swear, it's a generational thing.
Mama Jean makes great food, so I'm not going to, she feeds me on occasion. I am not going to say anything bad about anything she cooks.
Now, I'm not either, but she flat states, she said, I cannot make friggin' biscuits. And insert about 20 words between the cannot make and biscuits.
Most of them 4 letters long.
Yeah. 6 beds ready, 20 more to go. Oh, you're putting in your garden, koala.
Rita makes hell out of wheels biscuits. They're really good. But the amount of time and how bad the kitchen gets torn,
Yeah.
It's just here's a tube of walt biscuits. Have it.
Yeah, you didn't complain about those lard biscuits I
Hell
made
no.
that morning.
Hell no. Of course, I didn't have to clean up the kitchen either.
Yeah. Yeah, soft kernel flour is, flour is another thing. You can get off into
Oh, Lord.
Never land.
Anybody that thinks flour is flour
Yeah.
should probably be stripped and tied to a red ant bed. Flour is not just flour. Baking is not my thing.
Yeah.
Baking is voodoo. I've had people tell me, well, it's science, we're cooking art. No, it's voodoo. Somehow they mix all this stuff together. And apparently, the baking elves get annoyed if you mix one thing in before the others. There's a very set
Yeah.
ceremony in how you mix all your stuff.
Order.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's a magical ceremony. And then hocus pocus, you have baked goods. I've done chemistry. My chemistry tends to be high velocity, but I've done chemistry. Baking is not chemistry.
Yes, it is.
Baking is voodoo.
It's chemistry.
There's and you've got to add certain things. The eye of newt has to go in before the toe of frog. If it goes in after, then the baking elves get pissed off and everything falls flat.
Well, I can bake and I can fix biscuits, but don't ask me to bake a cake. For some reason, that's something I cannot do.
Rita can.
Yeah.
But again, tears up the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, hush, koala. 60 and sunny. Yeah, if you're planning ahead, then obviously you have taken serious thought at what you're going to plant. And the question will be, how are you going to keep all the pesties out of it? Chanting
22?
and cussing.
22?
Yeah. Suppress 22.
Oh. The for those of you who aren't gun nerds,
Yeah.
I fly my gun nerd flag high. Federal's come out with a new round.
Oh, God. Now what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think it's a great idea. Other people don't. As a backstory, the various 32 revolver rounds are making something of a renaissance these days because you can get 6 of them in a 5-shot 38 snub nose. And a 32 has a hell on wheels sectional density compared to a 38. So actually, 6 shots of 32 out of a J-frame revolver is not a bad. It's decent medicine.
How are you going to get 6 in a 5-shot?
6 32s out of a 5-shot 38 quite easily. Happens all the time. 32s are small enough you can get 6 of them into a 5-shot frame.
Okay.
Yep. The 432 and 332. Look up 432 and 332. Anyway, where was I? So the 32 and revolvers have somewhat of a renaissance in snubbies because you get really great sectional density and an extra round. Well, somebody at Federal put on his or her thinking cap, and they've now made basically a 32 H&R Magnum rimless, and they're calling it a 30 Super Carry.
Oh, boy.
Yep. And especially what it is 32 H&R Magnum, which is all what these 32 revolvers are chambered in, if not 327 Federal. And you're getting extra 1 to 2 loads or 1 to 2 rounds of high sectional density ammo in a small 9mm ultra compacts or micro compacts. I think it's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
I think they're missing the points. What they need to do is market this for grandma, because the 30 Super Carry, it's got 32 ACP levels of recoil, and there's folks out there that can't tolerate the recoil on 9mm. Our Dorothy can't.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to bet this 30 Super Carry she can.
Probably.
And Grandma Frickert, I'm willing to bet if you buy her a 32 Super Carry in one of those Smith & Wesson Shields, I think 2 extra rounds.
Yeah, she'd probably trade her 38 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tam did a whole series of articles on the old 32 Smith & Wessons.
Mm-hmm.
Tam is probably one of the experts in the United States on Smith & Wessons, if not the world.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant lady. 39 by 30, and you're going to add a 40 by 50. Yeah.
What? I missed something. Oh,
Nah,
gotcha.
I'm looking at koala. One of these days, you'll get up to a real truck garden.
Take your pork chops, season them with something like Head's Country or Kent Rollins Standard Season. Season them real good, both sides. Put them in a baking dish. Cover them in Campbell's chicken noodle soup. Don't add anything to just straight condensed chicken noodle soup over the pork chops, and bung them in the oven until the pork chops hit your desired temperature range. Sprinkle some shaving cheese or shredded cheese over the top, put it back in till it melts, serve.
Yeah. Pinto beans, ham, and cornbread will work.
Oh, damn, that sounds good.
Yeah, and a jalapeno or two, and you're good to go. Yeah, Kent Rollins is good people.
He,
We use a lot of his seasonings.
yes, we do. He came through. We met him at the Ranch Roundup. Was it Ranch Roundup?
Yeah.
We met him at the Ranch Roundup, and even exhausted, he and his wife are absolute. They were fantastic people, really nice folks. We kept the fanboy squeeing down to a minimum.
Yeah.
And we bought the gigantic attack pack of his seasonings, and we are going through that stuff.
Yeah.
Woo, we are going through
Which
that
is
stuff.
why when we make a trip back next week, we're stopping by his place to get more.
Heads Country Meat Church down here in Texas has a line of seasonings.
Yeah.
And their voodoo seasoning is the East Texas version of Cajun seasoning.
It's all right.
The Meat Church, it's East Texas. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good stuff. Meat Church voodoo is good. Head Country standard seasoning is good. Poor Miggy, Miguel Gonzalez, friend of ours,
Yeah.
was giving me a raft of crap about seasonings, and I told him to use the Head Country on something, and he did. And he's a convert.
Yeah, Joel, Tom is having a bit of an issue at work in that too many people are showing up to the restaurant, and he's flat wore out when he gets off work.
Cooking with Lord Humongous is
Yeah.
great. It's cooking with Lord Humongous is very much R-rated for the scenery
Yeah.
and the language, but Tom knows his way around a
Yes.
kitchen. Tom is a fantastic cook, and if you can get over the language and the costuming, costume, yes.
He's wearing underwear now.
Yeah, he's finally wearing underwear.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
And we need to work on the colander.
Yeah.
The face colanders need some work. But if cooking with Lord Humongous, he will. You need to watch a couple of those, just not around maiden aunts or children. Yes.
Oh. The other thing. Yeah.
Okay, that would be correct, madam.
Yes. Yes.
She's the male half of the Atomic Nerds.
And she is back to being an atomic nerd.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Lab Rat's back to being a lab rat.
So she'll be glowing in the dark again. But the interesting part is, and Tom was kind of discussing this a week or so ago, the amount of money you spend for a real chef's knife.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. You know, you're talking $400 to $2,000.
Oh, at least.
An apprentice chef's knife, $400 to $800.
You can go, for those of us who aren't chefs. Now, Tom has to have a good knife because Tom is an honest to God chef.
Yeah.
And he unrolled his knife roll one time, and oh my God, the amount of money in that thing was fantastic.
Yeah, it was probably 10 or 12 grand.
At least.
Yeah.
But Kulina or Almasi knives, or even the Benchmade Chef's Edition,
Yeah.
are good knives for us.
Yeah.
The Kulina, I forget which, their chef's cleaver is on my bucket list.
Yeah.
That cleaver is a work of art.
Yeah, they're you can put more money in chef's knives than you would ever believe.
Oh yeah.
A good knife costs more than most pistols or rifles with scopes.
I was about to say, if I'm not a chef.
Yeah.
So I don't need, but those who are chefs do need a good knife.
Yeah.
But I look at that and I think I can buy something from Benchmade, which is everything that I need, and I can buy a 30 super carry.
Yeah.
I know which way I'm going.
Yeah, Don, that's true. But, you know, again, when you're a professional chef and you're in there every day, those restaurant supply knives,
They're
they
not bad.
get dull in about a day and a half,
They're not bad.
Yeah.
Half a day.
or half a day. Yeah.
Yeah, I should ask my kid about that.
Yeah. I like Cutco's.
All right, Benchmade.
Well, when I bought the Cutco's, Benchmade didn't have any.
Right.
So
Tops Knives makes a chef set. They're hit and miss on quality. If it's a Wednesday out of Tops Knives, you'll get a fantastic set. If it's Friday, maybe not. It takes your luck.
but the real problem, the real deal comes down to sharpening and knowing how to actually sharpen a knife.
Edge holding.
Yeah. And you can make any knife sharp for a short period of time.
You make any knife sharp enough to really ruin some poor sod's day,
Or ruin your own day.
some poor sod.
Yeah.
But I repeat myself.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Still got all 10 of them. I have not chopped the tip off, although I did take a fingernail off a few years ago.
I'm a big fan of, if you have a little 2-year technical college or community college in your area, check with the registrar and see if they have time off or weekend courses. I'm a big fan of taking those. I took a weekend, Clarendon College, a weekend course on cooking, and it was the nuts and bolts. And I walked away with a listen, nub nuts, this is how you chop veggies. And that was an epiphany. It really was. Those little weekend courses at the community colleges, the weekend welders course, how to cut your veggies properly, nub nuts, are well worth the money.
Yep. Oh, I will admit that I did make the post commander take the damn knives home and sharpen them out of the American Legion post after I cooked on Monday night. Friggin' mark it with a crayon, cut it with a dull axe, done better.
Echo.
Yeah,
used to be Echo was top of the line.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell bought them. Somebody bought them, and they went from top of the line kitchen kit to.
Yeah, well, like she said, she bought them in the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got Cutco's. I had Echoes at one time, and they went to my ex-wife, so I lost out on that deal.
Don, you want to go to Kulina, sign up for their notifications, and when their Lixie goes on sale, buy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got a couple of ceramic knives, as you know, Cedar, and they are sharp. They do hold their edge.
We've got six ceramic knives and a whole bunch of steel ones.
Yeah.
And half the time, if it's not frozen, or I don't intend on, I'm not going to run into something hard, I'll use the ceramics, because holy crap, they keep an edge.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to hit, bone by accident, because when they chip and splinter, they chip and splinter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Widow's already, Koala? Damn.
We don't have that issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Kulina, Coolin, Nora A. Sign up for their notifications, and their Lixie cleaver goes on sale every now and then. Buy it.
Yeah. Dull box knives. Ah, yes, we've all been there with that.
That's why you do the ones that take the single edge razor blade. When it gets dull, you flip around, use the other side, then throw it away.
Yeah. Now, most people don't realize you can change a box knife blade.
They don't?
No, they don't. The people don't know jack anymore about knives. They know less about knives than they do about guns in most cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. We don't have a mosquito problem right now, or a black widow problem, or anything, actually.
Nope.
Because it was 16 damn degrees this morning.
Accidental suicide attempts from dull box knives.
Open the knife, open the box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why you never pull a knife toward you. It's always away.
Dude,
I
Duh.
need a safety briefing on that every fucking time because I'm not taking the person to the ER for it.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we have a peanut gallery now.
Yeah.
Why are people surprised when you pull out a pocket knife? Why the hell would anybody be surprised by that?
Depends on where they're from.
Oh, point.
Of course, now I know both Cedar and Steph carry knives routinely.
Everyone
Yeah.
who's a functioning adult should carry a pocket knife.
Steph carries nice knives too.
I carry scissors.
Yeah. And you even run with them occasionally.
I run with scissors because I'm a trained professional.
But not every functional adult should have a pocket knife.
Oh, God.
Seriously. I carry every day I have a pocket knife and I have a micro flashlight, triple cell micro stream. And I use this more than the pocket knife. I use the pocket knife a hell of a lot.
Yeah. And I've been carrying this one a little longer than Ian's been carrying his.
Oh no, this is a new one. I keep losing them. The great thing about the microstream AAA flashlights is they're $16.
Yeah.
So when you lose one, $16.
Yeah. This is my little throwaway knife.
I've got a one of the original Griptilians mini grips with
Yeah.
the oval hole. I love this thing, and I sent it back to Benchmade last year for their free resharpening, and I sent them a letter. And
Apologized.
no, well, I apologized a bit, and I told them about what where this knife had been, what all I'd done with it, and they sent it back to me in a very nice presentation box. Whoa!
I've still got mine, my automatic and my one that I carried in the military.
But no, every functional adult should carry a pocket knife. I mean,
Yeah, Sean, I'm the same boat you are. I've lost more friggin' pocket knives to TSA, which is why I gave up on carrying the good ones.
I've got a Spyderco Delica that I won in a raffle or a door prize or something, and I'm not a big. It's flatter than the Benchmade. This Griptilian is my favorite knife of all time. The Spyderco is, I don't like it. It's got the back lock that if I grip it hard, the chin of my hand will release the lock, and that makes me nervous. But if some yard ape at TSA walks off with my pocket knife, I'm not that upset.
Koala says maternity clothes do not have knife-capable pockets. I did not know that.
Most of them don't have pockets to begin with. Period.
This little thing, we call this a clip. If you have something that the clip will fit over, you can carry it. You don't necessarily require a pocket. For example, if you have, let's say I had a décolletage instead of me, you could stick it right there and carry it between the girls, like Rita does. Oh.
Marlin spike and all.
That's one my grandfather had.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
knife.
display knife.
Yeah, it's a display knife. It definitely needs cleaning up, but I found it in his stuff. So it's kind of a mess, but it's got all kinds of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Watch out for the Marlin spike.
Yeah. It needs cleaning up.
That actually looks like, let me see that.
Mm-hmm. Feel free to play with it.
I'm just trying to figure out whose it is.
I don't
Because
know.
it's a copy of a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
Ish.
Yeah, I haven't
No,
looked
it's
at
a
all the
direct copy.
I haven't looked at the blades to see if it's got any mark, if
Yeah.
it's like a Pakistan blade or something. So
Yep, that's a direct copy. Jesus. Yeah, well, I didn't need that
Spring's
fingernail
good.
anyway.
Spring's good.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
again, the distaff side of the species comes with a built-in pocket
Yeah.
that us guys don't have to, and you can stick a knife in the pocket.
Yeah.
And carry it quite well if it has a
They
clip.
carry everything else up there, cell phones, money, God knows what else.
Well, yeah, you have cell phones and money. You don't have room for it. If you have small ones.
So some of us can store our phones.
I'm just not going there. I'm just not going there. But nope, not going there.
Yeah, on that note, folks, we wasted another hour of your
Holy
time,
crap, we have.
and we're going to quit before we.
While we're ahead.
Have we been ahead all day?
No,
Oh,
much.
okay. All right. Folks, y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. Oh, and remember, don't sweat the sweaty stuff. Don't sweat the fatty stuff.
Be safe, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Money that comes out of the bra.
Not going.
Sweaty stuff.